please name the person before asking your question. Number 3, if you want to answer a question that is not directed to a specific person, then please say your name and say that you would like to answer the question or concern. Number 4, remember, ladies and gentlemen, there are no stupid questions. Everyone, please be respectful and courteous. If you are unable to speak politely, then you will be asked to leave the meeting. Now, for those individuals watching the stream, which I don't seem to see yet on my laptop, please post questions and I will do my damnedest to answer them in the order they are received. With that, let's fly to... Where should we go? Any ideas?
Somewhere in the tower, I need to get the damn emblem.
Or we could go to the reef. He could be the only one.
There's no kiosk in the reef. God.
I know.
You can't.
I know.
So a lot of stuff going on. I mean, a lot of PvP stuff going on. We had our 3v3 last night. Was that last night or night before last? I can't remember. That Ballistic wanted to put together, and that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed myself. The only rule that we had was no heavy. Other than that, it was all fair game. I enjoyed it. What about you guys? Anything recent happen that you enjoyed very much with Ravens?
The Division.
Ah, the Division. I still
Guilty
not
as charged.
played that, by the way.
Yep.
How is it? Is it good?
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, man, it is. It's
already-
it's different, man.
I'm already on my second character.
Second character.
See, I didn't even know you could do that until the other day.
Where should we go, guys? What's up, Gods? What's up, Mike Pat Kill? Let's go to Future Workhold. Why not?
Right.
Special message from the Cryptarch. We must reclaim our old world.
So, I just want to review the things that happened in the last town hall meeting 2 weeks ago, and I want to go over the new rule that we added that is actually live on the code of conduct, and I made it live during the last town hall meeting, just to kind of give everyone a good perspective on things that we've been doing here lately. So the rule is, if you believe you are going to be inactive or not playing for a period of time longer than the inactivity rule, which is 25 days, we would like for you guys to communicate that and then just go ahead and remove yourself from the clan and then reapply once you become more active. And I went into this, and in parentheses here I have, we understand that, you know, there are things in life that require immediate attention, and we want to respect you and the community by keeping it thriving. And I definitely wanted to go over that because I was actually approached recently about individuals that I kicked, and the question put forth to me was, so what is the definition of active in your eyes? And you know, I kind of want to put that question to everyone here. But before I do that, I'd like everyone to introduce themselves and, you know, state who you are, and that'd be awesome. Let's start with the fire team. Go.
Inactive 33. Hello, guys.
This is Wake Splitter 308. What's going on, everybody?
PersonaNonGrataX here. First time in the town hall. Glad to be here.
Ooh, good to have you, man.
Took the
Who
words
said
right
that?
out of my out of my mouth here. I'm Msteeza. Hi, everybody.
And this is your first
I'm
one as well,
Invisibro.
Msteeza?
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
My B.
Excellent. Go ahead, Invis.
I'm Invisibro 24, and this is my second town hall.
And those not in the fire team, sound off.
No. What? I'll go then, okay. It's Ripnerd. I'm the child of the Ravens, and I'm trying to be an adult for some time, but it doesn't always work. How you guys doing?
Welcome, Rip. And I believe we have one more here, but she may be busy. I'll go ahead and introduce her. We've got Solar Snowflakes here, representing. Alright. So, the question that I stated previously, what is the definition of active? And I just kind of want to put that forth to everyone here in this room, starting with Msteeza. What's your definition of active? And I'm not asking this question to try and form, one for the clan, because the one for the clan is clearly stated on the website. But I just want to get your guys' opinions on what the definition of active is. So
I get the question first.
you do, because you're to my right.
I guess active would just be getting involved. I mean, I don't think it necessarily means every single day, but just making sure you sign up for different events or functions, or even just pairing up with another clan member.
I agree with that definition.
Yeah.
Invisibro?
I'd have to say being active would be like at least participating in the chat, and every now and then, like every, I'd say 2 weeks at least minimum, be online, do an activity with some ravens.
What if there were a better timeline somewhere?
So
Okay.
that's my take.
Okay. Wigs?
Definition of active. Man, kind of like everybody else said. Like I don't know, man. Helping everybody out. You don't want to be that guy. Like, what I mean by that is jumping on, like once a month and like calling yourself a Raven. Like, kind of want to be involved, man. Sign-ups. You don't want to sign up for stuff and not show up. At least let somebody know. I've been here for it's probably going on 1.5 years now, man. I would say that I'm fairly active. This past week I've been busy, man. Been busy with work and playing Division, and so I'm kind of behind. But help everybody out, man. If somebody hits you up in the live chat, man, at least say, hey, yeah, I can be there. No, I can't be there.
Okay. Thank you, Wigs. Persona?
I think everything I've heard would fit my definition of active. I mean, I would have a couple of questions to that as well, but overall, I think just being there to be involved in the different events. The Throwback Thursdays I've enjoyed a lot. There's different PvP events. That's one of the big draws that brought me to this clan. Is I was in some clans that kind of membership had fallen off, activity had fallen off, and I want to find a good group of people to keep playing with. So I think just making sure that you're involved in the chat, make sure that you're joining up periodically, at least as a minimum, for the clan events, and just helping each other out, I would fit my definition of active.
Okay. Anaki, I know what your definition is, but I want to hear it anyways.
Alright, well, let's, my way of seeing things is that the Light app is just for communication. It has nothing to do with you being active in the Light app. Means that you're active in the clan. We're a playing clan. So if you're not active playing with Ravens, then you're not active. I understand the situations that my work or military or kids, we get that. That's understandable. But whenever you decide to go ahead and leave and stuff like that, don't play for a whole month or play for 2 or 3 weeks, that's not being active at all. or just writing on the line app saying, "Oh, I'm here. I'm just gonna say hi, and that means I'm active, so you don't kick me." It's a no-no in my books. So I guess, yeah, like Persona said, if we have events, try to join events, trying to be part of the group. Everything that we do, takes time. So we do appreciate if you guys, see it. So that's basically it.
Okay, thank you, Anaki. Rip, would you care to offer your definition of active? I know you're in here and busy.
The thing is about active, I mean, we're a PlayStation community, so I would assume that anything that is related to PlayStation would define activity. I mean, the line chat's one thing, but I mean, it's not to say that's a bad thing or anything, but ultimately, the point I want to make is that if you have to leave the Ravens, there's no closed door. You can always come back, and even if you're in the nest, you still have access to the sign-up sheets. There's not really much that you're losing. So to come back, really, so I thought about the other day. I see a lot of people getting kicked, and I've played with them, and they were pretty good guys. And I thought, what's the big deal, really? Because they can literally be back in like a day or two. It's not the end of the world. So that's maybe something that you have to mention too.
Definitely. Thank you for that, Rip. I think that expresses a lot. Solar, are you able to provide your definition of active?
Inbound Regulus, you are cleared.
She might still be busy. If so, I'm going to let everyone know what exactly I say to people whenever they are kicked from the clan. All right? And this is something that I thought about long and hard, and it's the same statement that goes out to everyone. Hey, how's it going? Insert person's name here. I wanted to drop you a line and let you know that you are being removed from the clan for inactivity. Not to worry. You can always reapply once you become more active. Thanks for flying with the Ravens. It's not a you're kicked, you can never come back, as Rip stated. It's an open door. You can ask Anaki here. I don't believe in burning bridges, and that's not what we're about. I think that that's very clear. If for those who don't know me, that's definitely how I feel about things. And I also want to make it known that the number one rule for this community is respect your clansmen. That is the number one rule of this community. And that can take very many forms, from showing up to raids whenever you say you're going to be there, when you sign up, and even taking your name off of the list when you're not going to be there, or communicating that you're not going to be there. And I know that that it may not always happen. I will say that I am guilty of this as well. Late night raids, I may sign up and then I'll pass out on the couch waiting for the late night raid. But the thing is that I don't just leave it at that. I'll come in and say, hey, sorry guys, I passed out. I was tired. That was my mistake. I'll do better. But it's when you don't say anything that it might rub people the wrong way, I think. But yeah, and this is just me going over the new rule that we added last town hall, which is, you feel like you're going to be inactive for longer than that 25-day period, then just excuse yourself and you can always come back. That's my main point here. We're not malicious. We're not out to get you or anything like that. We just want people to be involved with the community and make it that place that we can all interact. I don't know how else to put that. I'm rambling now. So,
there she goes.
With that, I'd like to segue into
time out.
Oh, timeout.
Yeah. Could we make a rule, or not make a rule, but just let everybody know that if you are gonna back out, if you have a solid spot in the raid, and you are gonna back out, to please let somebody know, because there might be somebody in the backup list that might not know that the spot was available. So sometimes that happens too, where nobody logs in. So I don't know, if just a simple, be like, hey, I'm not going to be able to make it. I understand the late night, whenever you fall asleep, you can't do that. But for the other ones, like 7 o'clock or whatever, be like, I can't make it. And then make sure that the other guy's notified.
You mean like the backup person?
Yeah, the
who might
backup
be
person.
After you?
Yeah. Because there might be times where like, oh, I'm a backup. I'm not going to be worried about it. I'm not going to sign in till later because, I'm not going to make it. So if you notify them early, they might be able to show up. I don't know. Maybe it's too much.
I think that I would say that it's that person's responsibility to be checking that list as well. And I do think that's a nice sentiment. Sending them a message. I don't know if we could make that a rule, but it is up to the individual to check that list to see if A, they are needed, or B, they've been pushed up into that 6-man fire team that is going in. The lists aren't going away anytime soon, but I do think it would be a nice gesture. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Hey, Private, it's Persona. I had a question for you really quickly, and I don't know if anyone else has this issue, but I use the scheduler through iOS, through Safari, I guess technically through my iPhone, and I know that I've had an issue in the past when I've signed up and then gone to remove myself, and it's been very frequent that I've ever had to do that, but was not able to. What is the best way to handle that if you primarily schedule through your iPhone or through Safari but can't remove yourself?
Good question. Good question. If you are unable to remove yourself, a couple of things. I haven't heard this specific problem. I know that if you're doing it from separate devices, say Safari on your computer at work and then Safari from your phone, then it won't work because it goes by cookies on that specific device. But if you are simply unable to do it, then you can message myself, Rev, or Anaki. We all have access to the admin page, and we can automatically remove you if it comes down to that. And that's a really great question. Alternative to if you are unable to remove yourself, please just private message any one of us, and we can take you off. Great question.
Before you I'm sorry, go ahead.
Wait. Good TV show?
Who's this?
Hey, what's up? Yeah, I'll post it. Are you watching the stream online? Well, I was going to post the link in there for you. It's on Twitch, it's Ravens of the Realm Man. Just look us up and I'm going to post it in there. Ravens of the Realm. Alright. I posted the link in there for you, man.
Private?
Yeah, what's up, Persona?
Before moving on, and I know that you were about to segue into another topic, but on the question, or I'd say the topic of activity, are you referring to Destiny-only activity, activity in other games, but with Ravens, such as The Division? Does that count as activity as well?
Yes, it does. That does count as activity as well. Because I do see the Ravens Division chat is very active and has been since it's come out, or even before it has come out. And I think Rip put it very, very plainly, which I agree with. He said, we are a PlayStation community, and I want everyone to remember that. The focus is Destiny, but we are a PlayStation community. And what that means is that we do have events in Destiny and things like that, and we do try to spark people's interest by doing things outside of the norm. That's what that means. Does that answer your question?
Perfectly.
Excellent.
And I had just one other question. So, and not that I'm planning on leaving, but if a Raven were to leave and then reapply at a time when they were able to commit to being, active, do they still go through that 2-week fledgling period, or are they, since they were former Ravens, just admitted right back into full membership?
They can be fast tracked. I wouldn't say that it's immediate as soon as they apply. It's all circumstantial. I think that's the best answer that I can give. But I will say that depending on what we see from that individual, or the reasons that they left, it could be something simple as that, and it could be something where we need to show that they're serious about committing again. I don't know how else to put that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that sounds fair. Thanks, Private.
Of course. I had a question, and I put a question out there, and I couldn't remember what it was. Anybody remember where I was? I asked a question. I was like, "What do you guys think?"
No, you didn't.
I didn't.
I stopped you. I stopped you before you even asked.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's in the wind now. But I think we got a lot of good information out there, Persona. A lot of great questions, regardless. Let's see here. The next topic, that's what I was going to go into. Recent fledglings that are now Ravens, provided by Mike Packhill. Woo! Thank you, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
All right, since the last town hall meeting, we have gained a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Ravens.
Wow.
Woo!
That is quite a bit. The first one being Ernstine Bear? Am I saying that right?
I think so.
I think so. He joined March 7th. And welcome. Org Monster, who was actually a previous Raven, and he came back. He joined March 7th as well. The Titan, 924-2012, also joined March 7th. Persona, who's in here with us today, joined March 8th. EB, who joined March 8th as well. And Dennis, WD Dennis, joined March 10th. And Danny Boy, who joined March 14th. So round of applause for all these brand new Ravens. Woo!
Yeah, congrats, guys.
Welcome. Glad to have you guys. So, on that note, did anybody, I have actually got suggestions from the suggestion box this week. I'm excited. Woo! These are all anonymous. We received them fairly recently, actually. And I'm just going to kind of go through them, and then we can discuss them as a group. Alright, so the first one that I received is, just a suggestion, thought it might be fun to create a Destiny scavenger hunt. We could have teams consisting of 3 Guardians and have them race around the map in search of items, events, or characters and screenshot their findings. What do you guys think about that? I think that'd be pretty cool.
That sounds interesting. Yeah, real cool.
I'm trying to think, what kind of items could we have them? They could be searching for specific drops, I guess. Like black wax, or maybe a specific weapon type. What do you guys think?
This is Msteeza. I'm the one who dropped that suggestion.
Oh, sweet. Oh.
I can actually help come up with a list, but then I was thinking of writing, maybe everybody could come up with ideas, but then it wouldn't really be a scavenger hunt. So I guess it would have to be like people who are not going to be involved in the scavenger hunt.
Yeah, maybe.
But it would be fun if it was more cryptic.
Yeah,
Some
that
of it,
makes sense.
anyways. I mean, it could be some, I don't know.
Mike posted a suggestion in the chat. He said, give clues to different patrol areas like the loot cave, but make it a riddle or something.
Right.
Oh,
You know, and you could just put easy things in there as well, like take a group photo with a female business clerk or something.
Yeah, that definitely could be.
Which would be like Tess Everest, you know, things like that.
Okay. Yeah.
Or it's not so obvious, but it's not hard either to figure. And then you could throw a couple of more difficult cryptic clues.
That could be something we could add into like have it be like a monthly thing maybe. I could see that.
Or every 2 weeks. I'll be adding more stuff to do with PvE, which is not just raids.
I guess my main thing is that we'd have to be coming up with those ideas every 2 weeks. And if it was on a monthly basis, we could spread it out, make it a little simpler. But
Or take a picture with that big dude in the moon. What's that strike called?
Golgoroth?
Yeah. Take a picture with him. Yeah, 3 Guardians take a picture with him. That'd be pretty cool.
Or with like Atheon.
oh, nice.
Oh, that'd be interesting. Oh, we got a quick question in the chat before we go on. God's Fallen asks, can we address people signing up for raids and not showing up and not letting anyone know that they can't make it or will be late? And what, if anything, will happen to frequent violators? Now, I know we kind of touched on this. We did kind of touch on this.
Good question.
Yeah, it's a good question. We did touch on it on the number one rule within the clan, and that is respect your clansmen. And we also touched on the fact that if you are unable to remove yourself from a raid, who you need to message, that would be myself, Rev, or Anaki in order to remove yourself. And then Anaki also gave another suggestion, which I'm not sure if we're going to put into like actual rule, but a good rule of a nice thing you could possibly do would be to let the person as backup know that you're dropping from the list and they've been moved in. But on the website itself, as for anything that will happen to frequent violators, it says right here on the code of conduct, right underneath communication is key, it says, notice these rules are alive and will grow as we grow. In order to preserve this community, disciplinary actions will be as follows. First offense is a warning from leadership. Second offense is removal from clan activities for a period of time. And third offense is removal from the clan. Now I really want to get into this and make sure that people understand where we're coming from here. This is not to spite people or anything like that, but what this does is it allows us to keep those individuals who are actually backing up, when they sign up for things and they want to do things, and not leaving other individuals out in the cold, because I know it sucks whenever you're trying to do something and someone doesn't show up. But in case anyone didn't know that this was on the code of conduct, but it is there, and it has been there for a while now. In fact, I'm pretty sure I asked on the application, have you read our rules of conduct? And quite simply,
Yeah, it's on there.
Yeah. We're not one to press a lot of rules on the people. I think everyone here knows that, but if it becomes an issue and we have multiple people who notice, things that are going on, then, rules will definitely be enforced for sure. Because I'll be honest with you, I can't be everywhere at once, because I don't know something unless people communicate. Anybody have anything they want to add in on that?
I do.
Go ahead.
All right. Well, it all goes with respect. When we sign up, we all make time out of our real life to to actually show up to this. So if somebody's not going to be able to show up, please let us know, because it is a pain in the butt whenever nobody shows up. That person doesn't show up, or we don't know anything, and it takes us 30 to 40 minutes just to realize that he's not going to show up. So we already wasted regular lifetime time. So please just know that respect and let somebody know, because it's not cool at all.
I got something private. This is Wiggs. To kind of expand a little bit on what Anaki says, man, I've been guilty of it in the past. Like sign up, think nothing's going on, I'm good to go, and then boom, I get called to work. We have the line chat, man, for communication. Kind of like what Anaki said, like respect, man. It just takes a couple seconds to say, hey guys, I wanted to be there, can't be there, sorry. Boom, you're done. Nobody's gonna be like, rude or angry or mean. Like at the time, they might be like, oh man, but you don't want to spend 40 minutes in there looking for somebody when you realize they can't show up, when a simple text in the line will save tons of time.
Yes, thank you, Wiggs. Thank you, Wiggs. And Mike also adds in the chat, he says, if you're a known no-show, people aren't going to want to play with you. And I'll be honest with you guys, I've had plenty of instances where individuals have come to me and say, I signed up for this, but no one else signs up. And I know that they are a known no-show. And I do my best. To try to encourage them to keep signing up. But I can't control people. And I want to let everyone else know that. And I'm going to pick on someone here specifically because he's come a long way, and that would be Hokage. Hokage, if you're listening, we love you, man. You come a long way, man. For those of you who don't know, Hokage was a major no-show in the very beginning. And we had a few instances where and he came to me and he's like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna make it, private. I've got this reputation now. And I'm like, just keep signing up, man. I was like, prove them wrong, man. I was like, if you can't do that, I don't know what to tell you, man. I can't help you there. I can't make people like you. That was my main point to him, and I think he's turned it around. What do you guys think?
Yeah,
definitely. He did.
He did. He came a long way. Great guy. He just, no showed, and that sucks. And you develop that reputation. It's hard to break it. It's just like in life, except for you get fired if you do that at work. So, but yeah, God's great question, and I want everyone to be aware of that. That we are not opposed to enforcing the rules in order to keep this community, as I said earlier, thriving. But we're not trying to be bad guys here. So, and I can't be everywhere at once. So communication is key. I can't express that enough, guys. Anybody have anything else they needed to add in on that before we go on?
No.
Fantastical. Moving on then. Great suggestion, by the way, Msteeza, and I got a couple more here. So the second one here is anonymous as well. Host a PoE race event where the Guardians only use specific weapons, i.e. swords and sidearms, or maybe all Guardians have to use the same primary weapon. Fatebringer. Another PoE race event idea could be Battle for the Master Race, 3-man Titan team versus 3-man Warlock team versus 3-man Hunter team, and see who comes out on top with the fastest time. I wonder which team that would be. Very interesting.
Hunters.
Show. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely. Msteeza, I'm gonna go ahead and pick on you. This is another one of her ideas, I think. Right, Msteeza?
Yes.
Just start playing around in there. Let them out.
We should just call the box Msteeza's idea. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Sounds like a lot of fun.
I do agree with these, and I think that we could incorporate them in some of our for sure PoE race events that we do, or we try to do monthly, not bi-weekly. We used to do them bi-weekly, and then we had a lot of people just dropped off and didn't really sign up for them because it's a little intense. I don't know. It's interesting these days to try and get people to sign up for stuff. Anybody else attest to that?
Well, I mean, you see it when we're pushing for that 12 versus 6 versus 6. PvP.
I see Msteeza calling people out. Hey, where you at?
we have to though. That's how crazy it is. We have like 80 something members. And we have to hunt people down to sign up, Just I hope
a lot of people know I do send personal messages too. I send out tons of them, personal messages, catered to each person that I send it to.
So to me, that's being active, signing up to stuff like that. If we have, 80 something members, please sign up for shit. We take our time to sign up, to make sure everybody's there, to make sure that everything works out right. So if we do all this, just, if you like playing, then sign up, guys. Like, we're not asking to do anything else but to play.
Yow. We'll definitely take a look at these, and Msteeza, if you want to get with Rev, I know Rev normally posts those up. Or if maybe you want to have a meeting between the three of us, and we can talk about how to spread these out and do these PoE. I mean, they're pretty straightforward, but if you have any other things you want to add in there, then that'd be awesome too.
All right, sounds great.
Oh, one thing private. I am checking on the PvP chat, guys. Being active in the PvP, signing up for stuff, making sure that you're on the lineup and you're also signing up for PvP, control, anything. If you're not active in the PvP, you will be removed. But like I said, everybody's welcome back. I just want to keep an active, very active PvP group. That's where I'm looking for. Whenever, if I make a list, if you guys don't sign up, don't say anything for about 2 to 3 weeks, you will be sent a message and will be asked to be removed. But you're always welcome back when you want to be more active.
Yep, that's the best message that we can put across here.
Can I say something about the PvP stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Rip.
Like, I was really tempted to ruin it there, but I'm not going to. The thing, these moments you shouldn't give me. But anyway, the thing is with a lot of PvP, I don't know if this is the case because, like you mentioned, you're hunting down a lot of people to play PvP. Seeing that we have a member count of about 80 to 90. I mean, we don't know if this can be the case because obviously no one's talking. No one's even participating. Well, 12 people are participating out of the 80. And like playing against your clanmates is fun, I'm sure, but it can lead to, I don't know, feeling insecure, I guess. Maybe the way to get around it is if we have like a Ravens versus Ravens, but we only use one type of gun, where it's just a fun environment. That could be a way to get other people in there. That type of thing, or to say that, okay, people want to learn how to snipe, we're going to do sniping, like and that type of thing, where it's kind of more focused towards learning something or having a good time, and not too competitive, because I don't know, some people might shy away from that. No, you don't think so?
I would have to agree with you, Rip. And then I might as well say the next suggestion that you have is also mine, and that will correlate with what he just said.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
No, I do agree with what you're saying. Uh, I do agree.
Just to say, because I mean, sorry, just one sentence more. Because for me, I would like to play against fellow Ravens, but if I have a really good game against Inaki or you Private or someone, I'm never gonna let you guys hear the end of it.
But that's.
But
I
no,
mean,
no.
PvP
But
is
I
competitive.
mean, hold on. But if that the reverse happens, I'm gonna hold it against you, because I can't take losing. It's just so I'm like, okay, you know what? Maybe I don't need to do this right now. I need to take my time into this. So I just want to say that, yeah, I'm a little bit imbalanced when it comes to this. Yeah, that's all. And maybe some people relate to that.
If I can put my 2 cents into this, we are working on different ideas of how to improve our in-house PvP. But don't get me wrong. I mean, it is PvP. It is competitive. So you can't really take that away from that. You know how many times I talk trash to Private, and he's like, "Well, let's take it to Rumble." And you know how fun it is? It's a lot of fun. You know, I get pissed off every time he kills me with that damn fucking first curse. Sorry for that word. But that's what's cool, you know. That's what, you know, gets me going. I'm like, well, I'm gonna get him next time. So whenever we do 6v6 with the clan, it's bragging rights, bro. That's all it is. I think our last 6v6 got a little too sweaty, which I think we're gonna try to find out ways to make it more fun than sweaty. But it's in the works. You know, it's not the first 2 times that we've done it. So we're improving. We'll find better ways.
No, it's very good, dude. I really don't think you should stop it. Like, the more you do it, the more it will become kind of familiar with people, and they're like, oh well, it's just another in-house PvP match. It's not a big deal. Nothing to fear.
Well, see, my idea. Yeah, man. My idea was, if I get killed by Msteeza, I don't know. It feels like I will get more insecure if I go out there in the PvP world and I get destroyed by these 3 or 6 members that I don't even know, and they just come in and then just destroy me, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to play this. You know, this is not fun. So my idea was, if I get with people that are familiar, if I play against Wiggs and Wiggs kills me 3 or 4 times, it's gonna be fun in games. I'm like, I'll get you back or whatever, you know. So get people to actually participate more, because it's fun and it's bragging and all that stuff. But we're working on it.
Can I say something? This is Wiggs. I think too, man. Like, you shouldn't get insecure if somebody just, you know, takes you to Pound Town over and over. I found, like, in the past, man. Like, if you, not to say that anybody in the Ravens is better than anybody, but let's face it, some people are more into into PvP, or they're more into PvE. But if you put yourself around people that are a little better at something than you are, I mean, eventually you're gonna pick up on, hey, well, they do it like this, let me try it like that. And in the end, in the long run, it's gonna make you a better player. It really is. I've been playing PvP with Inaki and Private and Rev and all these guys, you know, man, and like, I've learned so much. I mean, Inaki can say a few words on that with Trials. I think it was last weekend or weekend before last. I had some terrible habits, man. Like, I would just rush off in a room, like, before putting the grenade in the room, and I would die every time. And then eventually I just took his advice, man, and it started, we turned things around and started kicking ass. That's it, man.
Yeah, but Inaki's terrible, though. I don't know what you're doing.
I am terrible. Oh damn.
I think our good friend who's that good TV show? You back? So I just had to time out this one dude that just joined the chat. I don't know if anybody else had been following this guy, but he like joined in, was like streaming some crazy like just nonsense in our chat, like saying that, you know, we were nuts and talking about the same shit about a game and like just, so I just timed him out. I had to learn how to do that real fast. Sorry for the interruption though, but and Slim was on his ass. Slim was on his ass.
What if there were a better timeline zone?
Oh, the next suggestion. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know if you were following the chat at all. You saw that was getting out of hand real fast. Hey, good TV show. I appreciate you applying for the clan and everything, but we are definitely in the middle of something here. Hey, Invisibro, is that your friend? Invisibro? No, not there. All right. The last
Oh, this
event,
is awkward.
the last suggestion that we have is
Kick
hosting
'em
a
both.
PvP event where all guardians have to use the same primary weapon or equip a gunsmith weapon, the tester weapons, or even just use melee grenades
Brothers
to
and
win.
sisters, what good does it do to war?
And that's exactly what Msteeza was talking about earlier whenever Rip, you and Anaki were talking about the PvP conundrum, as we'll call it. And I think the biggest thing here is that we got a comment in the chat that said 6v6, this is from Burning Hammer, he said 6v6 with people who are always signed up is for real intimidating. Why? And that's why a lot don't sign up. Makes you feel like a weak member. To that, Burning Hammer, I'm going to say if you don't play, then you won't get better. And if you have the opportunity to play with people who are good, then you can get better. I think that's the best thing that I can possibly say to your comment right there. What do you guys think?
Can I say something?
Yeah.
So I put that suggestion in just because Anaki and I were talking about it, and I think that Burning Hammer has a point because some people don't sign up because they feel intimidated. It's tough to go in with people who are competitive and always playing PvP or like anything like trials, stuff like that, and that's the type of mindset that they have. And other people who are trying to just transition into PvP have difficulties doing that because it's hard to play with people who are just like always trying to win all the time. And so I thought it would be fun. That's why I stuck that suggestion in there. Try to strip all that away from people. So you know the tester weapons that the gunsmith puts out every week. They always have some PvP ones. So I thought it would be fun if everybody had to use a gun from the tester, from the gunsmith every week, and just kind of we can go in there and have fun and play like 6v6. So people
That
aren't
sounds
using
like,
their favorite gun that's going to destroy everybody. So if you make everything
yeah.
basic to start off, then it might be fun, and at the same time, it's like even the I guess the top, I don't know what you want to call them, but the top PvP players, they're not going to have like their normal gear as well.
Hmm.
very
Thank
weak with
God.
my hunter, and we went in there, and I think we all did the Night Stalker subclass. So we actually went into a 6v6 with randoms as a group, and all we used was melees, shade step, grenades, and it was so much fun. I mean, that's something that we could do too as a clan 6v6, like in clan match.
Hey, I agree with you, Msteeza, and I just want to say nothing against your friend Invisibro, but you know he is not a Raven, and you know I had to remove him from the chat. I understand that he was here and he wanted to join, but we're definitely in the middle of a pretty intense discussion here.
Oh,
Yep.
oh, sorry, I just got back, so I had to use the restroom, so I didn't know what happened.
Oh,
But
I was
that's
wondering
all
where you
good.
went.
I'm sorry.
I was like, Invisibro, is that your friend?
I'm
It got
very sorry.
weird.
Like, you guys were having an intense conversation and I didn't want to interrupt, so I kind of just removed myself for a
No, you're
moment.
good. You're good. But I agree with what you've said here, Msteeza, and I think a lot of people will as well. And I think that's we're learning. This is the PvP initiative is something new that we've never done before. So we're learning what works and what doesn't work, right?
Inbound Satan, your ID is not recognized. Please confirm.
Yep.
And
Correct.
you know the levels of competitiveness that people are comfortable with, because not everyone is on that same level. You know, I can go in with Anaki and we can, like he said, you know, we can talk shit and I can, you know, shoot him down a few times and, you know, brag about it, but I may not be able to do that with someone else within the clan, you know? And I understand that. So whenever we do get those big groups of people together, those 6v6s, you know, there are people who are more competitive, and it might be a good idea, as Msteeza said, to just try and strip some of those advantages away and, you know, make it very basic, as Msteeza and Rip both said. Both very good ideas, and I definitely think we should look into them. So thank you both. So, on that note, let's see. I'm going to take a look at the agenda here. I think I've gone over everything on my list here. I'm going to open up the floor. I know everyone's been talking, but did anyone have any questions, comments, or concerns, you know, or something that they wanted to share maybe? Floor is open.
I do. What kind of relating back to what Rip said earlier with people in chat, how we all see that, like, when we post something in the chat and then you see red below it that says red, and I just think it kind of annoys me how a whole bunch of people read, like, if you're trying to get a team together for Oryx or something like that, and you're like, hey, can you join on me or can you not? And no one says anything. I feel that people should say, hey, I'm sorry, I can't do that, or yeah, totally, I'm down.
Okay. Okay. Well, I will say that we've definitely gone through that before, and there are individuals who will say that they aren't available or they will be available at a certain time. But you're right, there are those times where no one may be available or they may be busy doing other things and no one will say anything. So I can't force people to say anything in the chat. I don't know how else to put that. Does that make sense, Invisibro?
Yeah.
And I know that it can be difficult to you know, like, look at that and say, and I'll be honest with you, it's happened to me. I mean, we've been here for, me and Naki and Rev have been here since day one, and it's happened a lot, you know. But I choose not to think anything bad about it. I'm just like, well, you know, maybe no one's really available, because I know there are times when I'm not available and I just don't say anything, you know. But if I am, I'll reach out to that individual. But what does everyone else think? because I could go on forever and ever.
Well, I can say something. I mean, sometimes the line app, some people have it as the notification will pop up in your screen, and you click on it, and it makes it into a view. So I will say, if nobody says anything, that means they're not available. We really can't force people to say, "Hey, I can't do it." You know, it'll be too much for us to ask. You're not the first person that actually gets irritated or a little upset about the fact that if you write something, nobody answers. You know, but like I said, just keep posting. Somebody will answer.
Yeah, I wouldn't take it too personal, man. I mean, I was gone to work. I could go to work for a day, and as soon as I catch service again, like it's around like the Midland, Odessa area, man, I got 999 messages that I missed when I've been gone. And I don't, they're not all to me, of course. It's all the chatter and all the different chats, and because we have a bunch now, it's grown a lot. But I wouldn't take it too personal. It happens to me all the time. I'll post something and it says red, and I'm like, you don't have a response or what? But yeah, that's what it is, man. Somebody will answer, like Anaki said.
Sorry about that, Wiggs.
No, you're fine.
Mike Pat Kill posted, he said, silence equals no, it's nothing personal. And Burning Hammer goes on to say what Mike said, silence is a no, not personal or rude. Anybody else have thoughts on that? Rip?
No, I would agree with that. Because if we have to say we can't make it every time, it's quite a lot. Because we can't, we can't make it or we can't reply. So, because we're obviously busy at the time, doing something. Most likely that we shouldn't be doing, but we're doing it anyway. But maybe that's just me.
Fuck it.
Is this in reference to somebody saying,
What?
"Hey, I need help with something," and getting upset when they don't get a reply?
Yes. Or
Yes.
anything in general.
Well, I
That's
mean,
it.
there's 90 plus Ravens. Are we gonna flood line chat with 90 no's?
That is a good point.
That might be a little depressing.
No, I'll be like, oh,
After that, you go kill yourself. 93 no's said no.
Okay. I wouldn't fight that far. I'm just saying, like, I don't understand the mindset of being upset because, people have lives and are a lot of times, most of the Ravens are working when those requests go out. So I don't understand being upset when nobody replies. I mean, you can see when somebody has read your message. Just because you're not getting a response doesn't mean that we all hate you. Like, that's crazy. It's just, people have lives and you're not going to get 90 no's in a chat party. Like, most of the time, if somebody reads something, hey, can I get help with something? And, I'll read that. And I'm in the middle of something. I've got, 2 kids and a life and whatnot, and I'm not always online. Same with everybody else. So am I supposed to say, sorry, I'm busy? And 90 other people are supposed to say, sorry, I'm busy. Like, that's... I don't know.
Burning Hammer states that we should flood the chat with slamming doors instead of
Solar slamming doors.
Solar's right.
Pack is that from? I want that.
I used to have a morning set of Ravens that I played with, man, and like they're gone now. But it doesn't mean like if somebody doesn't respond that they don't want to play with you. Like it's like Solar said, and everybody here said. Everybody knows. Everybody has a life outside of Destiny or whatever you choose to play. Like just keep posting. If I see it, I'll answer. I promise.
We're gonna hold you to it, Wiggs.
I used to do that all the time. Like I would get my nightfalls done, and like I know what time all you guys get on, man. I mean, been here for a year and a half now, and I would be like, hey, what are you doing? Oh, Nightfall, cool, I'll be there. You know, like, and I already had it done. Just help everybody out, man.
Well, it's
That's what
like
it's all
today.
about.
Today, Rip posted a list for a raid at 9 o'clock in the morning.
A little drunk, Rip.
What are you doing, guys? What are you sleeping? Let's go raid to do.
So
no one responded. Caused me
nobody
to
responded
literally
because
sit in my
nobody was
chair
awake.
and contemplate my pathetic existence.
Okay,
Okay.
that's happened, man. I can't count the times I've seen that, and I've been there.
But I was interested, so I was like, at 11 o'clock when I woke up, I saw it, and I was like, you know what? I want to repost. So that's the only thing I can say. If somebody's interested, guys, just, we will answer you, like I did with Rip. And we posted, and we posted, and we posted, and we posted until like 11:50. We got a raid going.
That's the beauty. That's the beauty of it, guys. Just.
But there is a flip side. Like, when you see somebody, like Wiggs was just saying, okay, so on a day where, like on a weekend, he's already had all of his nightfalls down, and somebody says, hey, I need help with a nightfall. And there are people that are available and have already completed their nightfalls. How many of them are like, oh, I've already done that, so I'm not going to help?
That begs the question. That is a whole nother can of worms. That is the flip side to that. No, I will agree with you there. We definitely need to, understand that we are a community, and we do want to try and help each other out. And I think the best way to put it is that the next time that you ask for help, think about the last time that you actually provided help to someone.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think that could be an interesting punishment for people that sign up for raids that don't come. So they have to do their raids, and then they have to do it 3 more times. With people. No, don't know me. That's exactly what's gonna happen. The law's been written.
Everyone's gonna come to Rip for help now. We know you've done your raids. Come help us.
Actually, I've been really lacking in raids. Like I've been.
And you're running the road.
Well, see,
yes.
back in the day, when we were smaller, we used to run nightfalls on recent days. Basically, we used to run them all day to help all the Ravens. And we used to, and that was pushed through all the Ravens. And I remember back in the day, all Ravens used to help Ravens. And that is something that I do want to keep pushing, because that creates a happy community. But we stopped preaching that, though. So maybe a way that we can start just letting people know that, hey, if there's somebody out there that needs help and you have time, you got nothing else to do, why not, help out. And that goes to everybody, even myself, because sometimes I see a raid at, and I'm like, I don't feel like raiding tonight. But if they do need help, why not jump in and help out?
Agreed. Very, very good point brought up. Floor's open, guys.
I wanna ask something. Maybe this is just a personal thing. It's a shortcoming of mine. But with raids, because we're getting a lot of people now, we're talking about helping people. It's easy to help people that are good. It's another thing helping people that are not very good. What is the time limit for a King's Fall raid that we can go, okay, I've been a good person, and I'm gonna get into heaven here, and that's good enough. Thank you. So how long is that time frame? Is it 2 hours, 2.5, 3?
Oh,
Rip,
before you call it?
Rip, it's what
Yeah.
you personally can give to that raid. I'm gonna be really honest with you here. it's the amount of time that you feel like you can invest in the raid in order, to do what you can do. That's all that we ask. Because then if it starts interrupting your personal life, where it starts affecting like your ability to wake up in time for work and things like that, then it can become a problem. I should know.
I know that. That's me too.
How many times have I gotten on you private for staying up too late?
Too many. I used to run midnight raids like it was my business, back to back to back, and it started affecting me personally.
I would say, Rip, just going into it, man, just be honest right up front. Hey, I got an hour and a half. Hey, I got an hour. I got 2 hours. You know what I mean?
Wiggs is very good at that. I will tell you that. He'll be like, hey guys, I got like an hour.
Because if not, man, I kind of think that people might take it the wrong way and be like, well, you said you were going to help, so I need you here until this thing is done. You know what I mean? You're like,
definitely.
Yeah, but if 5 hours later you're still on Golgoroth, like, it's time to call it.
Well, we used to be better at this. We kind of stopped. But we used to go in there, as for instance, I consider Rip a strong PvEer. So if Rip goes in there and sees that the problem is not going to be solved by him going in there, then he can make a few line app messages, ask for reinforcements, or just go ahead and call it right there and then, Rip. Be like, hey guys, you don't have it all together. We can continue tomorrow. There's ways. You don't have to kill yourself if it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't know if this Persona, I don't know if this has been done in the past or it's been considered, but running through raids, I raid quite often, and certain folks struggle at different parts during the raid. Is there anything put to, maybe, having like a clinic or something, like, hey, we're going to focus on this part and make sure that everyone has this down, and maybe going into Oryx, and this is how you run the challenge, because they seem to kind of struggle, and when one or two people struggle sometimes in a group, it slows everything down, or you might not even be able to complete it.
I think that...
And I know the raid has been out for a while now, and maybe there's an assumption that everyone has it down pat, but I don't think everyone has it down to the same level that other members do.
I will agree with you, Persona. There's this assumption that everyone has it down pat, and that is not necessarily the case, because the night that I wanted to do 3 Oryx challenge modes, I came to the understanding that our good friend Annie had only raided one other time in that raid before, and I assumed otherwise, and that was my fault, because we came in there and she was like, I've only done this once before, and that was with you, Private, and I was like, oh, and then at that point I kind of made some reservations about getting 3 of these done in one night. It was a situation where it was like, it's not something that we could just flat out just like teach her, and we just worked with her. We tried to get her more comfortable. I think we got to the sisters, and of course she hated to be the one running because she hadn't done it before, but I was just like, this is practice for you. I didn't try to force anything on her. I just knew that I had a certain amount of time, and I didn't want to waste everyone else's time, and then I called it when we were there for about a few hours, I think, just at the sisters.
But can I say something there on that, because I was there. Really, in all fairness though, if she's only done it once before, she did ridiculously well. Really, she did really, really well. And I think she was only at 303 or something at the sisters, like light level. And that's the thing, we were never going to do that because we were not putting through enough damage, because there was only 3 people, I think, that had Touch of Malice. So, and then with a lower light level, we were not going to do the necessary damage. We're just not going to. That's not something that, because someone's good or bad, you don't have the light level to do that damage, so that's not going to happen. That's a mechanic in the game. You're not high enough, it's not going to happen. And it doesn't matter how quick you run it. We're not going to do that. So things like that, it's fine if you reach a limitation, and then that's what the challenge modes are for. Get your light level up, and then do that. But really, she did. If she's listening, she did really well. So she was pretty damn good.
Did you
Who
agree
was
with
this?
Annie? Did you agree with when I called it, Rip? Did you agree with that?
Yeah, no. That was fine. I probably would have called it out a little bit sooner. That's me. But that's the thing. I go like when I get to a point, I'll give it another 30 minutes. Then I'm out, and then I will be out. That will be like, okay, guys, I'm gonna leave. Because normally, like I get it. Like everyone wants to try, and I know you guys did that for me. Like, and that's always what sticks to me. Like you guys did really carry me through a lot. But
who did it?
That's in the past.
Rip, who took you by your hand, Rip? Who was it?
Nama did actually.
What?
No, it wasn't Naki. It really was. It was like, dude, jump up here, right here. No, other way. Up there. Yeah.
No, Rip, you're falling. Rip, no.
Oh my god.
No, what I've seen a lot of whenever you go into a raid, and people seem to just go to the spot they're comfortable doing. And that's a big issue, because once you don't have the people that you're running with all the time, then that's where you test it, basically, because then it's like, who's going to run the relic, or who's going to do this? And if you never tried with a strong group, whenever you're by yourself, then you're not going to help out at all, because you don't know how to run the relic, or you don't know how to do this, or you don't know how to do that. So when you're in a good group, just try, at least say, hey, let me try this time, or I haven't never done it, let me see what it feels, or let me try it once, or whatever. Just, and because we used to do that for Volta Glass, we used to do that for Crota. We used to say, okay, Solar, tonight you're gonna try to kill Crota. You're gonna swing the sword, even if you're gonna die 20 times,
And how many times did I do that?
I don't know. Did you kill him at the end?
I'm
Hey,
with you,
I killed
Solar.
Crota a couple times.
Okay.
I'm with you there, Solar. It's hard.
But we did that though, and in this raid we haven't really taken the time to make sure that everybody knows their roles, all the roles in the raid. So maybe we could do that, yeah. Maybe if we run in the raid and say, hey, who has not done this? And then take 10 to 15 minutes and make sure they get a feel of it.
I'll be the first one to say that I like to do that with people, and I think, or I like to make people do things that's out of their comfort zone. If I hear that they've never done things before, or I want to hear people who have never explained something before to other people to explain it, because I want them to have a good understanding of what they're talking about. So that's definitely something that, and I'll be honest, I've been focusing on PvP a lot here lately, and I haven't been participating in a whole lot of raids. So that's definitely something that I can gear up and just start working on.
You've been what?
Can I make a comment?
Comment, go ahead. Yeah.
I think that's the word I'm looking for. I know that, like, back when everyone was really comfortable with Crota, when you were making lists, it was like everyone went into the raid knowing that whoever was picking up that sword was training. Like it was a sword training or whatever. I think it would be a good idea to do something kind of similar for King's Fall, just because you're going to get that group of people that goes into a raid and they're expecting to go in with a group of people that know what they're doing from beginning to end, and whoever is comfortable in a certain situation is just automatically going to pick up that position. And I love all of my Ravens, but there are going to be people that go into a raid and they're not going to want to take the time to teach somebody how to do that position, whatever it may be. So having a sign up saying, okay, when we get to War Priest for the War Priest challenge, we're going to teach people, how to, whatever that thing is called.
Challenge.
I can't think of what it's called.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
like
You said it.
Holding the whatever it is. and you have to shoot the bad guys. Or going in. No, thank you. I can't think. My brain's not working at 100%. Or
Sounds like you'll be
going
the
into
first
the
one to sign up
sisters.
for the clinic.
I will do it. But what I'm all for learning how to do all the things. But what I'm saying is, make sure that everybody knows when they go into that raid that there is going to be a portion that is training, so that they know, you're going to have patience through this portion, because whoever is picking it up doesn't know what they're doing. And you're going to die a few times before somebody gets it right, kind of a thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I do agree with you. We don't do training raids anymore. We haven't done that in a long time, and that's something.
That's Crota.
It's something that we can definitely pick back up again. It's not difficult, and even if it is just one section, for those individuals who aren't as comfortable with it, then that's something that we could do. It's not far-fetched. Am I right?
Right.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Can I say something?
Go ahead, Invisible.
Kind of getting back to this Crota raid topic. I still need my flawless trophy, and if any of you guys are down after the town hall, I would totally like to knock that out.
Flawless. Okay.
I don't have a flawless Crota either.
You don't have a flawless?
I don't.
That's
No,
something
not
that
at all.
We could definitely work out. I know we don't do flawless.
I don't have my flawless
Saturdays
trophy.
or Thursdays anymore. So definitely something we can pick back up as well. But before I go any further, did anyone have anything else before I close out the meeting?
Sorry.
Before you what?
Close out the meeting?
No.
Msteeza? Persona?
Nope, nothing else. Thank you.
Okay. Alright. Well then, I think we should get a picture of everyone before we close out the meeting. I think we did one with Lakshima last time, but do we want to do another one with her?
She's looking at me like she wants to take a picture.
Alright. Anybody got a good angle? I'm trying to...
Here, let me hold the camera.
Yeah, I think Msteeza, or
Msteeza?
Msteeza, I'm sorry, my bad.
Anybody got a good angle? If you got a good angle, then take pictures, because I have no angle.
Definitely not me. I think it's all you, Msteeza.
Msteeza.
Msteeza, I'm
I
sorry,
just
it's
took
gonna be
it.
a little while.
Awesome. Thanks, Msteeza. If you could
Msteeza.
send that to Mike Patkill whenever you get the chance, that would be awesome.
You can send it to me too, so I can put it up.
Oh yeah, Solar
Okay,
as
no
well.
problem.
I just assumed that you and Mike collaborated.
No.
Alright, well, with that, I'm gonna say goodnight, Ravens, and viewers, and everyone else say goodnight.
Good night!
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.